So I don't want this guy to think I was punking out. The video I did with the white lady and tendernism, I put that on my YouTube channel too, which has way less subscribers but gets better views. He made the goofy, specious argument about everybody being slaves, which wasn't the point of the video. He was basically doing what she was doing. It's funny how they move. He was essentially just trolling to troll. I wanted to respond to him, but they deleted my comment. A few quick points with that dumb point that you tried to make, which I'll assume you weren't making a bad faith argument. I'm gonna give you that. Number one, no, nigga. The sheer numbers alone, 50 million people. Those are conservative estimates of how many people was in the transatlantic slave trade since 1619 documented. Almost certainly longer than that if you look at people like Estevanico. But you talking about hundreds of years. Um, it was never mandatory to not read. And when you say everyone was a slave, that weak Elon Musk argument people like to make, uh, yeah, in what context? Most slaves throughout history, it was because of debt or you lost a war. That's completely different than what happened to black people. And it wasn't propelled by capitalism like it was with black people. And there weren't such torturous practices from like buck breaking to forced incest to castration. It wasn't publicly legal. It wasn't a legalized institution supported by the government. I put it that way. It may have been legal, but dehumanizing people was never made legal or done on a racial basis to the degree it was with us in the transatlantic slave trade. That's just a fact. And those are just like some facts. Like Roman slaves didn't keep their slaves from learning to read. And the concept of race didn't exist back then. So what do you mean when you say every race? Are you trying to say human beings have enslaved other human beings? Yeah. But why were white supremacists so good at it, for one? Like, why does it still go on to this day? And why is it that y'all avoid these points that I just made? Those are just some points. I mean, I could go on and on. The biggest thing, the biggest point is that unlike other people when they were enslaved, such as the Irish people you mentioned, uh, there was no, kid would be a slave. You are a slave in perpetuity based on your race, which is something you had nothing to do with. If you go into debt, that's something you had something to do with. If you lose a war, you had something to do with that. It missed me with that black people sold other black people into slavery. Dude, that most of them dudes ended up getting enslaved later on. Just read about people like Tipo Tip. And they weren't really black, they were Muslim first. That's why I'm real big on delineation. But yeah, that's just a few short answers to your question. I didn't want you to think I was deleting that comment for no reason. I tried to respond to it, then I tried to make a video response. It deleted the shit accidentally. I couldn't take the response and do it here, like you can do here on TikTok. So there's your response. I'm gonna put this one on both pages too. But don't anybody else that come with that bullshit, I'm just gonna assume that you racist too and then delete and block your stupid ass. Cause you probably are.